Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video, and you guys, I have to say, have killed it. I woke up this morning after uploading the You Should Save Your Gems video. That video is almost at 1,000 views, so if you can get that up to over 1,000 or over a K, that'd be great. I woke up to a bunch of new subscribers as well. We're over 100, so thank you so much for that. Again, I know it's not a lot, but we got to start somewhere. So yeah, it's great to see all you new faces, especially all of you commenting down below, waking up to all of those notifications from you guys. Dope. So I mean, by all means, keep commenting, man. I love the interaction. So if we can keep that support going, if you are new, consider hitting the subscribe button and dropping a like on this video. But yeah, the support recently has been fantastic. Let's keep going. I'm going to keep grinding. You keep doing your thing. I'll keep doing mine. And now we're starting with this, which is one like piece of major advice I could currently give you. Okay? Which is take advantage of the increased drop rate. So if we click on the campaign now on, it will tell you all the things that currently have increased drop rate, which is from items you can pick up from main quests on hard, which is the most important ones you can get right now, the coins, the memory level ups, the character level ups, the stamina, all those type of things. Everything currently has an increased drop rate, some more than others. And I think depending on where you actually started your account, you might have some more days left on it. So obviously if you have more days left on it, regardless, make sure you're taking advantage of it and grinding it as much as possible. If you have less days like I do, especially on the main quest items, make sure you're on it. Make sure you're making the most of the last 24 hours, okay? Now the reason why this is important is, I mean, obviously, we all need resources. So first off, it's obviously going to be huge for, you know, level up items, you know, grinding bars, grinding also the advanced level up items. Make sure you're taking advantage of that to make sure your units are fully leveled up, ready to go, you know, including SRs as well to help you get through the harder stuff like the events, the VE tower, maybe also arena, you know, making sure your memories are fully leveled up, ready to go on your units. Just make sure you're taking advantage of all the increased drops for everything to make sure your account is fully stacked as possible before these increased drops are gone. Trust me, it's going to come in handy in the long run. You know, just even if you don't have that much time, if you have loads of time regardless, just grind as much as you can before the increased drop rate is gone. Now, where this becomes even more important, which is why I'm doing this video and why I strongly advise, again, just grind and take advantage as much as possible, is on the character ability board. So if I click on my Todoroki, I actually just awakened him this morning, which is page 6. But if I show you, for example, page 7, you know, and I can't like flick through some of the nodes, you'll notice some of the resources and the items you need quite a fair share of quantity. You need quite a lot of these items to start upgrading some of these nodes on the units. Like, it takes a huge jump. Like, if I go... it's not really, I can't really show you on the URs, but if I click on like one of the random SRs, obviously on the first couple of pages, you don't need a whole lot. You literally need one item. You may need 5 of them. You may need 10 of them. You know, you need 2 of them. You don't need 10. But once you get onto like page 5, you start needing quite a bit more. And when you got onto page 6, you are needing like at least 25, 20 to 35 of each item upgrade a node. Like if I scroll through on Hawks, I mean, look at that, 20, 30 and 15, 20, 30 and 15, 20, 30 and 15. You need a lot. 25, 35 and 20. And obviously the more you need, the more it's going to take to grind, unless, you know, there's some slight RNG in it where you can get, you know, quite a lot on one run, you know, versus you may do a run and get none, you know. So there is a small RNG element to it. But because there is a time limit on the increased drop rates, you just need to grind the campaign as much as possible. You should be grinding through it anyway, so you'll be picking up a lot of these resources, you know, and also skip tickets and all those things and level up bars along the way through the campaign, because you should be grinding through it anyway, you know, to get all the gems and resources you need and just complete the campaign in the first place. But even if you have finished the campaign once through on normal, even on hard, make sure you are going back, whether that's manually doing it or using your skip tickets as well, because they have increased drop rate. You also pick them up for completing campaign missions over and over again. So you're probably going to have a plethora of skip tickets like I do. Like, can I show you how many skip tickets I have? Yeah, I can, because if I can go on this, I have almost 2k skip tickets, and I've been using them a lot over the last 2 days. So take advantage again of the increased drop rate and the amount of, you know, skip tickets the game's giving out, the stamina you're getting from daily missions, normal missions, rank ups, you know, you're getting them, pick them up from the base, also from dispatch, also some stamina you got in the gift box. Take advantage of all the excess resources you currently have to do this. So as I showed you, the resources, the amount of resources you need to upgrade each kind of node starts to really take a step up, and you need a lot. Trust me, the amount of like times and the amount of skip tickets I used to complete just page 6 by itself, which is understandable, it is the awakening page, and to be fair, it's quite funny because the awakening page isn't even the last page. The last page is page 9, so you're gonna need to do it even more. But the reason why I'm telling you to take advantage of this, because you should be taking advantage of it anyway, is when the increased drop rate goes, the grind to awaken your unit is going to take even more time and be even more tedious. Like, there were some nodes, like, granted, there's only what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you need 10 of like a special item that you get from some of the drops for the awakening. But there's 9 nodes in total. The amount of times I had to use like 20 skip tickets per node, 20, 15, sometimes 30 to 35 on another, it took a lot. I mean, of course you can manually do it, but that's just with skip tickets. You know, I have a plethora, I have a surplus, might as well use them. But I'm telling you, currently while there's increased drop rates, all of these items you can pick up from campaign missions, because this is where you get the resources to upgrade your units from and then eventually awaken them. You need to be taking advantage of that. Again, whether you have loads of days left, whether you have 2 days left, whether you're like me and have 1 day left, make sure you are grinding this game as much as possible with the increased drop rate, so you can upgrade your units as quick as possible and awaken them as quick as possible before it does go. So one other tip that I can give you kind of related to this is depending on it, regardless of how many URs you have, make sure your best UR, you are grinding as much as possible on the game to awaken them as quick as possible. Just make sure your best UR, for example, mine's Todoroki out of the 3, make sure your best one at least is the one is awakened. If you're spending more time in the game, if you've already awakened a unit and you have more URs you want to awaken, you know, if you have the time and you have the resources and, you know, you still have the increased drop rate on, or the increased drop rate still there for you, grind as much as possible on a second UR, and, you know, so on and so on. On a third one if you can, a fourth one, a fifth one, just make sure you're taking advantage of the increased drop rate so you can upgrade your character as much as possible on the ability board and then eventually awaken them. As I said, if you haven't upgraded one of them yet or finished awakening a unit yet, just make sure you're doing your best unit first. Just make sure your best unit at least is awakened. Trust me, it will help you out in the long run for harder events, especially like the VE Tower. It came in handy last night on the stream when I finally managed to complete it. So trust me, it works. But just make sure you're grinding the game as much as possible while these increased drop rates here, not only for all the other items that are there so you can have a plethora when the increased drop rate does go, but also so you're upgrading your units as quick as possible, and also then awakening them and then making them ridiculously good, and then you should be able to take on the harder events a bit more easier, which is of course what you want to be doing. So if this has been useful to you, if you could drop a like and also subscribe if you're new, that would be very much appreciated. Hopefully you get to see this video, because Storm Eunice is it's really fucking up the internet, man. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and peace.